Phoenix Suns now have the last super team ever assembled, and it might just be better than the KD Warriors or the 72-10 Bulls. No, it's not because they have Durant, Booker, and Bill, but because of the NBA's latest CBA. See, one of the major tweaks was player contracts, and it can get pretty complex, but let's break it down for you. For starters, it punishes teams who spend a lot. If a team above the $17.5 million tax line, or in other words, the second apron, players who are bought out, who are making more than the MLME, can't sign with those teams. For last season, this meant Russell Westbrook to the Clippers or Terrence Ross to the Suns wouldn't be possible in the new CBA, which kind of makes the Suns trading for KD at the deadline and Bill in offseason a pretty smart move. But we'll get to that in just a bit, because another big change in this CBA is about in-season trades. Teams in the first and second aprons can now only match 110% of salaries in trades instead of 125%. While it doesn't sound like much, if the new CBA were around 2 or 3 years ago, Harden would never have gone to Brooklyn and Kyrie to the Mavs wouldn't happen. But it doesn't end there. Teams also can't use cash to match the remaining salary, and they can't trade first-round picks for more than 6 years later either. But the biggest W for the Suns in the new CBA is when it comes to extensions. Teams now have an extra slot to offer rookie extensions, and player eligibles for new contract that didn't make an All-NBA team now get a 40% raise from the previous contract. The old CBA maxed the raise at 20%, while only having 2 rookie max extensions on every team. So in simple terms, the new CBA is more about eliminating super teams and rewarding teams for building through the draft. Now here's why the Suns timed their super team perfectly. With over $161 million in salaries for players, the Suns are clearly in the first or second apron, which means they'd have to build their team now, since they've had zero chance of getting players in the buyout market. Another reason is the huge bump in extensions. We all know the NBA has always been a stars league. If they want to re-sign their players, it will lead to some guys getting left in the dust, which means that signing with the Suns is a more favorable position. They'll be getting better media coverage, they get to compete for a title, and play significant minutes, which is exactly how the roster was planned out so far. By signing these guys for around $2 million each, but then again, having the deepest team on paper doesn't guarantee a title. What we can guarantee though is that this might be the last super team ever assembled.